Hey guys, welcome to NZ Pocket Guide. My name is Robin and this is Laura. We are at the Auckland airport this morning with an amazing yet old airplane behind us. And today we're going to be sharing with you 16 travel hacks that will change the way you are behaving in airports forever. Let's get started.
First of all, make sure that you download or print your boarding pass and airport map. The reason to do this is so you're not, when you need it at that last second and you're not having to scroll through your phone trying to find the nearest Wi-Fi connection and all that. Just get all the documents that you need printed out at the ready to go or somewhere really easy to find on your phone.
That literally just happened to a lady as we were checking today.
She literally got out her laptop and was like trying to connect.
I can't connect to the Wi-Fi, if you're saying. All right, so next up, number 2 is don't listen to your music. There's a lot of announcements. Obviously not right now because it's 5 a.m. in the morning and we pretty much only like 3 people at the airport. But don't listen to your music so you don't miss out your announcement, your last call, and all these kind of things.
Next on the list is to customize your suitcase or backpack. Well, this is an easy one, just so when you get to the baggage claim area, you can easily spot your luggage amongst all the sea of grey suitcases that you can see. You can usually see, like, if you have like us, we have a nice bright yellow suitcase, really easy to find.
All right, next up is to carry a multi-plug. If you do have some spare space in your luggage, there is no better way to use it than carrying a multi-plug. There's always more than one item that you need to charge. So plugging a multi-plug on only one kind of power outlet and being able to charge everything you want out of it is amazing. Bonus point if your multi-plug has USB charging plugs as well, and also it's portable. There's plenty on Amazon. You can find what we're talking about.
Next up, make sure that you take an empty water bottle with you through the security. So this obviously you're not allowed to take liquids through the security process when you're checking into the airport. So make sure that you take an empty water bottle with you so that you can refill it as soon as you pass through security. There's typically loads of water filling stations, and that way you don't have to end up buying yourself a new bottle of water because guys know why. We don't want to put more plastic pollution around, so bring your reusable water bottles.
And sticking with this point of passing airport security, whatever you're going to need to take out of your bag, such as anything that has batteries, anything which is metal, any liquids, any bottles, anything like that you're going to need to take out. They usually give you trays and say, please take that out of the bag. Well, anything that you will need to take out of your bag, put it on top of your carry-on. That will save you a lot of time when you're passing through, is it security? Yes, security. Security. All right, moving on.
Another security related tip is to make sure you start emptying your pockets as in the line to go to security, because they're going to ask you to do it anyway. You might have forgotten that there were those spare set of keys or something that you had in your pocket. Just make sure you get all those prepared so it makes your security process a lot more smoother.
All right, so just before we do tip number 8, we are halfway through the video. If you find that useful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That'd be amazing. We've got plenty of travel videos and New Zealand travel tips at the ready for you on this channel. So tip number 8 will be to pick the left line. There's been many studies and human behavior studies as well, and that shows that the left line is much less likely to be picked by people than the right line. So if you pick the left line, well, you may have a chance to actually save or shave off some extra minutes. So here you go, save some time, precious time.
Speaking of shaving off extra minutes, another tip is check in online. So every airline nowadays allows you to check in early online. You will save a lot of time, especially if you're taking a domestic flight, because that's typically just like makes the whole process a lot smoother. However, with international flights, well, you still have to check in your check-in luggage, for instance. So you only save a little bit of time when you're doing international flights for checking in online. But hey, if you're all about saving time and you think you might miss your flight for any reason, it's always good to shave off those time by checking it early.
Another great tip when you are checking in is to actually pick the lane that is checking in literally right next to business and premium classes, because they're usually much less busy. So sometimes they just offload some of the work from the economy check-in, and that's really handy because you get picked and you get the other check-in and you go faster. And I always find that this lane goes faster, and literally that's what we did this morning, and it went super smooth.
Next tip is to take boarding slowly. Boarding takes age gauges anyway, so there's no need to rush. So when they're calling out, seats here to here, you can start boarding now, that's just wait until that moment. You don't have to be the one at the front of the queue wanting to get in. The plane's not going to set off until everyone's sat down anyway.
I mean, unless you're really, really late, but you won't do that.
Well, yeah, of course, unless you're super late, but as long as you're at the gate at the appropriate time and you get on when they tell you to, and that leaves everyone enough time to sit down, and nothing's going to change if you are the one getting on there first. And you see a lot of people sort of with like itchy feet people that want to get on first, and it's also the same for getting off the plane as well.
Yeah, no need to rush. Never need to rush. In fact, I will argue, and that's the tip number 12, I will argue that it's actually better to be the last one boarding the plane. So no need to rush. If you're the last one boarding the plane, you don't have to be crammed and kind of push people on the side. Like, being standing in the plane looking for your seat and just trying to fit your carry-on everywhere. I absolutely loathe that part of traveling. So if you are one of the last one, you literally kind of go quite smoothly through everything. And I find that better. I find it easier.
Next tip is to pack your most important belongings in your carry-on bag. The main reason why is, yes, sometimes your check-in luggage does get lost. So yeah, that does happen. It has happened to quite a few people that we've known. So has it even happened to you as well? Yeah. So yeah, make sure that if there's anything you can't really live without, make sure that is in your carry-on luggage. Just always bear that in mind, but also bear in mind that there are restrictions for carry-on luggage as well. So make sure you meet those restrictions.
In fact, we always have like a quick go pack in our carry-on. So we always have like spare pair of underwear, spare t-shirts, spare pair of socks, just a couple of things that we need in order to make sure that we make it through for the next few days if we don't have our big luggage.
Yeah.
All right, so the next tip that we have for you guys is that it's always smart to pack a lot of snacks. Food is super expensive in planes, and you're always super snacky. I'm always super snacky at the airport.
Oh, it's more when you're boarding the plane.
When you're boarding as well, I'm snacky. I'm always snacky. Pack a lot of snacks, and also keep the sugar up as well. Keeping you kind of up and going. It's peppy, all that. So yeah, just definitely pack a lot of snacks. I don't have to justify. Everybody likes snacks. You like snacks. Get some snacks.
All right. Next tip: also pack a jumper for when you're actually getting on the plane as well, and not for the process of getting on the plane, but when you're on the plane itself. On flights, it's usually, they have the aircon blasting. There's a lot of circulation going. They're trying to keep everything sort of not too musty on the plane, but the price of that is that sometimes it gets a little bit chilly on the plane compared to outside. So it's always good to have a spare layer handy in your carry-on just in case you do feel the chills.
All right, and the last tip, number 16, is to save money on flight. We've got plenty of tips for you guys to save money on a flight on nzpocketguide.com, so you may want to check that out because it's pretty handy. We have a lot of tips for you. It's all free. It's a great website if you're planning a trip to New Zealand. You guys already know the deal if they're on this channel, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, save money on flight by checking our articles on how to save money on flight. There's a lot of tips, and it's not, all those tips are not like compare your flight and use Skyscanner. It's definitely not that. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. So it's all like actually real life tip that you can use and genuinely will save you some money. Anyway, if you did find this video useful, like and subscribe. We're always here to give you plenty of travel tips, especially for New Zealand, but this time around, we hope that you appreciated something straight from the Auckland airport.
All right, signing off.
Bye-bye.